Got it. I'll expand the one-scene story into a detailed, immersive narrative of over 1,500 words. It will keep the suspenseful, eerie tone and focus deeply on Zara's experience with the mysterious video. One strange night, expanded scene. The rain had been falling steadily for hours, drumming on the cracked windowpane of Zara's tiny apartment like a restless heartbeat. Outside, the city's distant lights flickered through the curtain of wet mist, blurred into ghostly halos. Inside, the world was quiet, except for the soft tapping of raindrops and the faint hum of her laptop. Zara sat cross-legged on the worn-out rug, the glow from the screen casting strange shadows across her face. Her eyes were tired, rimmed with red from a day spent scrolling endlessly through emails, work files, and social media feeds. She hadn't planned on staying up this late. But tonight felt different. There was a strange pull she couldn't explain, a sense that something was waiting to be found, or revealed. She had been tidying her browser history, clearing old tabs, when her eyes caught something odd. A single link, one she didn't recognize, bookmarked from earlier that day, but she had no memory of clicking it. The link was a YouTube video. The thumbnail was black, with only a faint, blurry shape barely visible. No title, no description, just a cryptic URL. Curiosity gnawed at her. Against better judgment, she clicked the link. The screen flickered, the page loading slower than usual. When the video finally started, there was no sound. The frame was dark, almost pitch black, except for the outline of a lone figure standing in an open field. The sky above roiled with heavy clouds, illuminated by occasional flashes of lightning. Zara leaned closer. The figure was too far away to make out clearly, but there was something strangely familiar about its posture. It stood perfectly still, facing the camera. Time seemed to stretch. The video remained on this eerie shot, the slow roll of thunder felt almost tangible. Zara's heartbeat sped up as the camera slowly zoomed in, closing the distance. Her breath hitched. The figure lifted its head. And for a split second, Zara was sure she saw a face. A pale face. Her face. She gasped and blinked, shaking her head, but the image lingered in her mind like a bad dream. The video was silent. No music, no voice. Just static that hummed through the speakers and seemed to resonate inside her chest. Suddenly, lightning flashed through the window, brightening the room in a jagged burst of white light. For a moment, Zara's eyes flicked away from the screen and the glowing window frame. When she looked back, the video was gone. The laptop was shut, silent, empty. Her heart pounded harder. She hadn't closed the laptop. She hadn't touched the keyboard. How was this possible? The storm outside grew louder. The rain intensified, beating hard against the glass, drowning out the sound of her own breath. Zara's fingers trembled as she reached to open the laptop again. The screen blinked on, returning to the desktop, but the mysterious video link was nowhere to be found. Confused, she opened her browser history again. No sign of it, no record. It was as if the video, and the whole eerie experience, had never existed. She sat back on the floor, gripping the edges of the rug, trying to steady her thoughts. The room felt colder, emptier, as if the night itself had swallowed something important. Was it a trick of her mind? A glitch? Or something else entirely? Zara's mind raced back through the day's moments. Had she been dreaming? Sleepwalking? She didn't feel tired, but the line between reality and nightmare felt thinner than ever. She looked around her apartment. The faint smell of rain mixed with the lingering scent of old coffee. Her phone lay beside her on the floor, screen dimmed. Reaching for it, she flicked it on. No new notifications. Nothing unusual. Then, her phone buzzed with a message. Unknown number, do you remember? Her breath caught. She stared at the screen. Who would send a message like that? No reply. She tried to text back, but her fingers hesitated. What could she say? Remember what? The phone buzzed again. Unknown number, tonight is just the beginning. Zara's skin prickled. The message vanished the moment she tried to reply. The rain outside slowed to a soft drizzle, but the storm inside her had raged. She leaned back against the wall, eyes fixed on the dark window. Her reflection stared back at her, pale, hollow-eyed, uncertain. She tried to rationalize. Maybe it was some viral horror prank. Maybe her mind was playing tricks after too many late nights. But the image on the video, her face, was too real, too vivid. Her phone buzzed once more. This time, a new message with a video link. Her hands shook as she tapped it. The video opened. This time, it was a close-up of her own apartment door. The camera shook slightly, as if handheld. The door was ajar. The night was pitch black outside the frame. She swallowed hard. There was no sound. The door creaked open wider. A shadow slipped through. She stared, frozen. The figure stepped into the dim hallway. The camera wobbled. Then the screen went black. Zara's breath came fast and shallow. She slammed the phone down. Her eyes darted around the room, looking for something to defend herself with, a lamp, a book, anything. The silence pressed in. Then, a soft knock. Knock, knock. 3 slow, deliberate taps on the apartment door. She froze. No one else lived in the building. She had told no one she was home tonight. Her heart thundered as she crept toward the door. The knocking stopped. She'd put her ear against the cold wood. Silence. She took a deep breath and slowly opened the door just a crack. The hallway was empty. No one. No sign of anyone. Just the dim glow of the stairwell light flickering. Zara closed the door quickly and locked it. Back in the living room, her phone buzzed again. She grabbed it, desperate. This time, a message with a single phrase. "You're not alone." Tears welled in her eyes. She sank to the floor. The night stretched on, endless. Outside, the rain finally stopped. But inside, Zara knew the storm was far from over. She stared at the blank screen of her laptop. The strange link was gone forever. The shadow at the door had vanished. But the messages kept coming. And the chilling feeling remained, that somewhere, somehow, her own reflection was watching her. Waiting. End of scene. If you want, I can help turn this into a full short story with more scenes or dialogue, or adapt the tone to be scarier, more emotional, or more mysterious. Just say the word.